Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program. It's got to be smart. We got to do it the right way.
Do you believe in the mandatory buyback of quote-unquote assault weapons?
I do believe that we need to do buyback.
Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to President Trump.
She was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went.
Where do you stand on defund the police?
Look, right. So here's the thing. Defund the police. The issue behind it is that we need to reimagine how we are creating safety. And when you have many cities that have 1/3 of their entire city budget focused on policing, we know that is not the smart way and the best way or the right way to achieve safety. For too long, the status quo thinking has been you get more safety by putting more cops on the street. Well, that's wrong. And then also, again, what we need to do about demilitarizing our schools and taking police officers out of schools.
On that point, Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
Mexico has taken over a period of 30 years 34% of the automobile manufacturing business in our country. Think of it. Went to Mexico. China now is building a couple of massive plants where they're going to build the cars in Mexico and they think that they're going to sell those cars into the United States with no tax at the border. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. Now, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole, that's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it.
Yeah. Hey. No tape delay today. We are live. Welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially, and this is the midweek report, live and direct from Portland, Oregon, aka the University of White Supremacy. And we have some rain today, and Windows felt it prudent to put a new update out. And I would advise you, if you are using Windows, you might want to consider waiting until they fine-tune this new update, because I had to immediately uninstall it. And so that's why we are here live, because we had technical difficulties, because this would have been tape delayed, but we are here. And so with that being said, I guess that's all how it was supposed to work out. So with that being said, as you are coming into this broadcast, please hit that like button if you would. Share this out on your social media. Would greatly appreciate it. And then, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. And that means if you're over here watching on X, then get over to the YouTube channel, which is beatzillapdx official. Get over here to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded, and or premieres, or it just might surprise you. And then you can join. And if you join and become a member of this channel, that way you will be able to see some of the other content that's not in the general public viewing, and also some of the videos that will air during the week. Some of those will also be posted in the members area first. So the members, especially with the last video that you guys seen, the members saw that good day, maybe early or so. So, I usually try to air those for the members first, then the general public. So if you become a member, that's a perk of that. So with that being said, hopefully everybody is doing well on this midweek. We will not be here too long, but got a few things to talk about, because of course we are in this full swing of the political season. So let's get to it. Let's see who we got in the house so far. So I only see a few people in the chat thus far. And I know most people are probably like, oh, this isn't live. Yes, again, I am live right now this evening. So let's see. Oh, Yala's Cadence. Grand night to everyone. Grand evening to you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Also for being a moderator. And we have Black Anthem in the house. Thank you for being here as well, Black First. Appreciate you for being here. And we got Black Spider in the house. Black First for the Pacific Northwest. I appreciate you for being here, my good sister, as always. And thank you for being a member. So, I guess we will first start off with how I want to begin this broadcast. I would have made a PSA commercial had I not been, blindsided with this computer business. But I wanted to make a PSA. If you guys have watched my X channel or my X page, I made a post earlier today. And Sizzler Capleton won in the house. Black First fam. We in this biatch. Yes, indeed, we are. And if you guys noticed, I made a post about, never forget, because everybody, this is 9/11. 9/11, 2001. We witnessed the Twin Towers fall, and the seventh tower also fall. A lot of people that day got sick. So they're actually, for all of the deaths tied to that particular event and day, ended up just increasing over the years. after the whole ordeal went down. With that being said, salute to all of those fallen. But I really wanted to make sure that everybody understood, in this day in American history is a good day, just like any other, to say, when they say never forget that all of these foundational Black Americans of this era, for all of those years from toiling on the plantations, never forget that America still owes a debt to its descendants. This is how the country was built. And yet and still, we have a lot of people telling you your ancestors died for the right to vote. I would have to say that is a very low-minded and ignorant statement when you understand your folks wanted freedom. And so always remember that every one of our ancestors that met their end on a plantation is a violent deletion victim. And so there is no statute of limitations in this country for that, of course. But also, with that being said, when you talk about debts that are passed down, those are harms that never are meant to be forgotten, set aside, or talked away, or mascotted to put something in front of it and say, hey, well, this is good for repayment for this. And no. So I would just like to take the beginning of this broadcast to pay homage to our own ancestors, who you see represented in this and depicted in this picture on the screen. Let's all give them a moment of silence. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And so, getting back to business, let's see who we have in the house. We have Trey Neville in the building. Black First, FBA, First Black Grassroots. Yes, indeed. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. So, we definitely have some things to discuss. It's been an interesting day, hasn't it? Very, very interesting day. Well, I'll say very interesting 24 hours, because this happened. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that's rushing out there to say, oh, no, that's not real. That's photoshopped. Yeah, it's not, though. It's not even AI. It's so not AI, actually. That's I saw this like, whoa, oh, okay. I was really surprised. So this is one of the things on how we start today. So let me just begin here, because I'm certain that there will be people that will say, hey, I don't believe that's true. You got that AI on the screen. So let me just get this out your system real quick, and then we can move on. And, hey, for those who are still supporting Kamala Harris, and you believe the abracadabra that the mainstream media is putting on you, well, that's one of the reasons why I titled this broadcast the way I did. And this is the power of the grassroots, part 5, because this shows that all mainstream media is a tool of supremacy. So much so that who they pick, in this case, the tan Caucasian woman, they want, then you guys can go ahead and start and use that as well. Just give me credit. But for the tan Caucasian, what they want to do is make everybody believe like, oh, she's here representing something. But they're doing all of the talking for her, while she won't even admit to being Black at this stage in the game. Not that she actually is anyway, but I'm just saying she won't own up to it. So you don't have to never put that in anybody else's hands. That ball's in that sister's court. Whichever the way she wants to identify, let her come on out and let the world know proudly, just like I would, because I'm proud, like I showed you, of my foundational Black American ancestors who transcended into freedmen and got all kind of handles and titles. So that's why that really is not an important of a conversation either, because it's a lineage that survived all the way through there to now, without that debt being owed or these people being made whole. To think that those people should not be made whole is ignorant and un-American. And anybody that does not support reparations really is anti-American when you actually think about it. Because what you just saw was the foundation of America. You don't want to pay your bills? I thought this was a capitalist society. But since you can't own another human, owning another human is not morally correct in most of the world's eyes. Well, then, what do we do then? Shall we address it? But we didn't hear nothing about Black issues getting addressed last evening. So, but one thing we can address is the fact that the way that Kamala, whoever we want to call her, the way her soror sister conducted herself on this interview was very interesting. And then also the obviously deeply hearted Democrat moderator over here, who really took the cues from the people that they, because from what I hear, word on the scene is the president of ABC News is tight friends with Kamala Harris, whichever. So going on to say, yeah, we see Joe putting on her hat or putting on a Trump hat today. And so I'm sure people will say, well, that's just a joke. Well, this guy last night took it upon himself to tell Donald Trump that he couldn't tell in what Donald Trump said. He couldn't see the sarcasm. Oh, okay. Well, don't see it here. See, don't see it. Well, it's the no. What you see is what you get. If we're doing that, then let's do that. And I'm no Trump supporter, but what I am sick of is watching Black folks go ignored because all she wants to ever do is speak about Trump as if that is, hey, follow me, Black folks, because Trump. Hey, lady, you going to turn to me and tell me what you giving me. And right now, Black folks are still the base, and she's not moving the needle at all. Why? Because the power of the grassroots. The grassroots is the truth. This right here is the full demonstration of the system of mainstream media exposing itself for what it really is. This is the Wizard of Oz, ladies and gentlemen. There is no real big to-do here. They are playing theater on you. And so long they have been allowed to get away with it. Yet you got to just vote. I've heard Brother Tariq Nasheed's space from last night. I guess there's an older sister that called into him talking about we need a nanosecond or a millimeter inch. No. We don't need nobody around us talking like that. And ma'am, if you were a child when Dr. King was speaking, let the young folks take care of this one. But I think we've had too much of the wait and pray. Because see, right now, because of us over here in this grassroots being very, very active for the last, I'll say, for what most people can actually, and why they're identifying folks now, and why they're starting to say our points, because since Hillary Clinton was running, which actually in the last, I guess, second half of the second term of Obama's candidacy. Oh, you saw a lot of us active because we was recognizing what time it was. So I mean, and then 2016 really made a point because the grassroots voices actually, there was evidence, even as small as it was, there was evidence that this sector of which would become the black vote as we know it today. See, they didn't seem to forecast that this group was coming. I guess they just figured we would have fell in line. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. Matter of fact, our generation, has taken much more of a hands-on approach of knowing policy. So much so that the people that they have to enlist to come now troll and combat the truth, they're not even as politically astute as the people they're trying to call stupid. It's a new day, ladies and gentlemen. And these folks don't know what to do with themselves. So let me see some more. I see some more folks that came into the chat. Again, if you are watching on X right now, make sure you get over here to YouTube and subscribe to the beatzillapdx official channel. And come on in here and join the family over here. Amaria in the building. Greetings, Black First. Thank you for being here, my good sister. Appreciate you. And we got our good brother, dark-skinned brother in the building. I appreciate you for being here. And also thank you for being a moderator and a member a few times over, by the way. So like he said, Hulk smash the like button, family, if you could. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And then we also got, see Mr. Power Tool in the building as well. So yes, that's Hulk smash. Yes, indeed. So if you didn't know, like I said, pulling double duty. And we got Dominique Devereaux in the building. Hey, what's going on, my brother? Thank you for being here on this Wednesday evening. And we got David Boyd in the building. Yes, indeed. Salute to you, brother, from the Bronx is in the building. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here, Black First. We ain't going to keep you too late tonight. So probably try to get out of here in about an hour or so. Cult-like personality. What's going on? Cult-like personality. Thank you for being here as well. And thank you for being a member. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see. Dark-skinned brother say, I got some big blessings coming for you, Beatzilla 100. Man, I appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh man, I appreciate anything, brother. So I mean, and most of all, I appreciate that y'all been rocking with this platform, man, and y'all dig what I offer. So I'm much appreciative of that. Thank all of you. Appreciate it, man. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon all of you. Thank you. Modern vintage. Oh, Sizzler was what it was my pet go. Oh, okay. Modern vintage in the building. Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's see. Oh, so now, like I said, after the debate last night, I just found it really funny that it ends up with this guy putting on a Trump hat and taking a selfie. And I'm sure there's people running out there trying to say, hey, this didn't happen. You know it did. So for those who are going to lie and say, hey, this guy's talking crap, he didn't do it. Yep. Well, here you go.
Put it on. Come on. Do a selfie. There he goes. Hey, I'm proud of you now. Hey, they're good. They're good. You got the fried chicken. I don't hope you like it.
Yeah, and there was some good old boys, and I feel quite at home. Ah, yeah, and realistically, this guy did not need to be running. And if she is the best that you have to offer, this is not a good testament to the political scene with the DNC, because you're going to hear a lot of these the pundits, the talking heads. They're going to say, well, Donald Trump talks about me and I a lot, and he's not talking about America. Yeah, Donald Trump is talking about America. Other people are talking about America. Jill Stein's talking about America. Cornel West is talking about America. RFK was talking about America. Kamala Harris is only talking about Donald Trump. That's it. And she can't say a policy without mentioning him. That's not showing how good you are. And then what makes it worse is that you have these people out here, well, that he's lying and all of these lies. And so they had to fact check him live. Yeah. Here's the problem with that is that you didn't fact check her. And by not fact checking her, it makes things look some kind of way. And that's janky. That's janky politics. I don't respect it. And so for my vote, we're talking about someone you can trust. So how do you trust a political candidate? By number one, them standing on a principle that they say they believe in. Well, she's shifted positions many of times. And then she shifted last night. So what I saw in this debate is I even saw the moderator lie on Donald Trump. He asked Donald Trump about missing or losing the election by a hair. And he says, well, yeah, but I said it sarcastically. This guy turns to VP Harris and asks her, so he says he didn't say it. I can't believe my ears. And everybody's walking away from this like, oh, yeah, this is a winner. Are y'all hearing all the lies that they're giving just to combat this dude? I'll say it like this, and this is not to disparage Donald Trump or disparage, and feel like if you support him, cool. But in my opinion, this is Donald Trump. You should not need all of this to basically look good against him if he is what you say he is, and if you are what you're presenting to be. And with that side of her presenting what she's supposed to be, all we're hearing is more Trump. I can't vote for that. And I know there's other candidates that aren't out of the race. They are still in the race. Then we have the live stream media out here telling you that what Haitians aren't doing. I'm like, are you sure about that?
That's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here.
So this actually tells you the city is aware. Ain't that what that means? That the city is aware? But somehow that you have the media and then them talking about how, oh, well, that's not the case. Okay. The first question they ask is about how things were different under her. Well, I'm from the middle class. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm from the middle class. Okay, we got that part. And realistically, has anybody fact checked that? Because we're talking about a child of two professors. It could be, it just seems to me that, yeah, two professors. How middle class are you? I would think two professors probably be a little bit papered up, wouldn't you? I don't know. Maybe I'm just misjudging things. What do you guys think? Let me see if this is what I want. I'm looking at something here. Because these folks is crazy. Okay, that's not it. So let me start with this soundbite here.
Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle class kid.
Hopefully this is playing right. All right, let's try this again.
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle class kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing. And the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children.
You did understand what the question was. So she didn't answer the question. It was very clear. Was the economy better over here? Yay or nay? She said, well, I'll just sidestep that altogether. Got no time for that. Not bother myself with those small ideas. Oh man. And the whole night was like, oh, that's so presidential. No. See, here is a legitimate question of the public, because since the economy is a huge part.
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle class kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America.
Yeah, you don't, though. And more importantly, she keeps saying middle class. What about the poor? See, isn't that where you're finding? See, they're already looking at making immigrants middle class. Illegal immigrants, that is. They're all of a sudden going to be middle class, but you're trying to keep black folks poor. I think we should pass on individuals like this. You understand what I'm saying? Mary in the building. Yes, indeed. Hey, you got Strom Thurmond and Joe Biden up there snuggled up close. Yeah, never forget who wrote that bill on y'all folks, family. Who put that 3 strikes on us, man? That's them two right there. And you got a whole staunch segregationist. Add Bird into the mix, and for some reason, y'all think that this dude actually had love for black folks. That's amazing. Thank you, Sister Mary, for being here. Black first. Ooh-wee. Oh, man. Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And yes, indeed. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And, and it's not just me, man. It's y'all too. Because, again, it takes all of us. And that's what the problem is. The pressure is being felt. And that's why she only has, I believe, her advisors and her, the people behind the scenes are saying, this is how we avoid addressing black issues. Keep attacking Trump. So you have to keep attacking Trump on the same thing over and over and over again. Just get him. Let's gotta get him. Right? One of the things that do I have that in here? Yeah. One of the things that they're talking about, and I believe some of us were following this for a while. Because they often like to say that Joe Biden, or there's no about the abortion issue, that late term abortion business. They keep saying, well, there's nowhere you can get an abortion that late and blah blah. And then and truth be told, that only happened, that's only the case because their bill didn't get passed. So don't let them fool you and have you believing that this was not a bill that they were presenting, because it absolutely was. So just so you understand the level of these Democrats, let's go, because they always want to, well, he's saying this and that's, we fact check that. That's not true. Let's actually look at the facts themselves, shall we?
Would your bill apply if a physician was simply willing to certify that the continuation of the pregnancy would impair the mental health of the woman? How late are we talking about?
Well, so the way the suggestion that we've made in the bill is to say it's in the third trimester and at the, with the certification of the physician. So
how late in the third trimester would you be able to do that?
It's very unfortunate that our physicians, witnesses, were not able to attend today to speak specifically.
No, I'm talking about your bill. How late in the third trimester could a physician perform an abortion if he indicated it would impair the mental health of the woman?
Or physical health.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm talking about the mental health.
So, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay. But to the end of the third trimester.
Yep. I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
So, where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth, she has physical signs of that she is about to give a birth, would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating.
Mr. Chairman, that would be a decision that the doctor, the physician, and the woman would
I understand
make at
that. I'm
that
asking
point.
if your bill allows that.
My bill would allow that, yes.
Hmm. People ain't out here just making stuff up, folks. You hear these people? These people are sick. These people are evil. Yeah, don't kid yourself. These folks is evil as all get out. You hear this mess? You gonna go ahead and take the baby. I mean, and this is the person that the infamous senator that always gets talked about. And you know, man, let's hear. This is an official, by the way, and this is a bill that these people are presenting. So let's hear a little more.
Hearing yesterday when Fairfax County Delegate Kathy Tran made her case for lifting restrictions on third trimester abortions, as well as other restrictions now in place. And she was pressed by a Republican delegate about whether her bill would permit an abortion even as a woman is essentially dilating, ready to give birth. And she answered that it would permit an abortion at that stage of labor. Do you support her measure, and explain her answer?
Yeah, and I wasn't there, Julie, and I certainly can't speak for Delegate Tran, but I would tell you first thing I would say is this is why decisions such as this should be made by providers, physicians, and the mothers and fathers that are involved. There are, when we talk about third trimester abortions, these are done with the consent of obviously the mother, with the consent of the physicians, more than one physician, by the way. And it's done in cases where there may be severe deformities, there may be a fetus that's non-viable. So in this particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So I think this was really blown out of proportion. But again, we want the government not to be involved in these types of decisions.
So these Democrats drew up a bill, and you will have these people running around here talking about, a woman's rights and a woman's rights. Family, this is a birth child. Luckily, this didn't pass, but do not get it twisted. This is what they tried to get passed. See, because the bill failed, they're going to sit up here and act like they didn't ever present it. Oh, yes, the hell they did. And that's what they presented. What you just heard, and you heard, well, I can tell you exactly what it is. He was proud to. No. You don't get to snow the American people like that. That ain't right. That is not right. These folks, and they're acting like they're not doing it. It's like, yeah, well, see, we fact checked and that was wrong. See, there's nowhere in the United States where you could do that because you lost. They're literally saying it as, well, there's nowhere in America where you could do that, only because they stopped you. The voters had to prevent the Democratic lunacy from saying this child is going to be born, and then we're going to decide, the mother's going to decide with this whole being that is separate from her body now. The mother's going to decide what happens next. The hell are you talking about? Come here, little baby, going to take this little pillow right to your little baby face. I mean, what are we saying? And this is the Democrats for you, folks. The hell out of here. These are come on, man. This is absolutely crazy. Uh-oh, I see a comment in the chat. I don't know, dark skinned brother, if you meant to hide that or delete that comment. I don't know if you could because she said cool. So yeah. All right. Well, it looks like we still live. I don't know what happened. I just got kicked out of the studio, but we're back. Hopefully, you guys are still there. I don't know what just happened. This is crazy. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, Dominique Devereaux, I got you. Wow. Okay. Did Twitter kick me off? Did they kick me off of Twitter? You might need to go see if I'm still on Twitter because it looked like they might have shut me down on Twitter. What did I say on Twitter? I ain't saying nothing crazy. Am I still there? Looks like I'm still live on Twitter as well. Let me go in there and see. Okay, yeah, I am there. All right. Okay. That's weird. I can't see the number of the I was able to see the numbers of both broadcasts, but now I can't. Oh well. Thanks, StreamYard. Now, where were we, doggone it? Oh, yeah, I know where I was. Right, and got me right before I was going to play this little clip. So anyway, like we said, yeah, they say that things aren't happening, but let's just play what's true. And these are legal proceedings, by the way, so it's not like I'm making stuff up.
The truth is, tens of thousands of Americans are being killed by fentanyl, and you know it. I don't have to repeat all the testimony that you all gave, and that drug flows freely through our borders. The truth is, in Aurora, Colorado, gangs of Venezuelans are taking over apartment buildings and extorting rent from people. Think how scared those people are. They're having to pay them money so that they can live safely in their own home. The truth is, in Ohio, Haitian migrants are beheading the ducks in public parks. And yes, it's weird. It is weird. But we didn't bring that weirdness here. We didn't bring that distorted behavior here. But it's forced on a small town in Ohio when 30,000 illegals have been pushed upon them by the federal government. The truth is that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden let these people in. You all remember when the administration changed and they had T-shirts on at the other side of the border, Kamala Harris T-shirts and Joe Biden T-shirts. There was a reason for that.
Didn't it?
Tell the truth.
Yes, it was.
Time for a change.
And speaking of that day one, there's a clip that we play here often. So let me once again refresh your minds on what actually took place day one.
We had a very busy and active day today, as you all know, but I wanted to take a moment to go through the 15 executive actions, or highlights of them, I should say, and some of the steps that the president asked agencies to take today. You should have all received copies of the executive orders as well as the accompanying fact sheets, but I want to take this moment to highlight them for the American public who are watching at home. He signed a proclamation effective immediately, halting further funding or construction of the previous administration's border wall and terminating the so-called national emergency used to wastefully divert billions for wall construction. Also today, President Biden sent an immigration bill to Congress. The U.S. Citizenship Act modernizes our immigration system. It provides hardworking people who've enriched our communities and lived here for decades an opportunity to earn citizenship. The president's priority reflected in the bill are to responsibly manage the border, keep families together, grow our economy, address the root causes of migration from Central America, and ensure that America can remain a refuge for those fleeing prosecution. With that, I'd love to take your questions. Zeke, why don't you kick us off?
Wow. Wow. So I say, and then there's that. And then people, of course, will say that, there's, the borders are alive. Well, they be saying that she's the border czar. She's not the border czar. She was not over the border. It's like all the things that she was literally over, they saying now she's not. And now all of a sudden she doesn't have any hand in. It's like, well, last I checked, this is the Harris-Biden administration. So yeah, it's this is their bag. All of it. And this part is on her.
I've asked her, the VP today, because she's the most qualified person to do it, to lead our efforts with Mexico and the Northern Triangle and the countries that help us. We're going to need help in stemming the movement of so many folks stemming the migration to our southern border. So this new surge we're dealing with now started with the last administration, but it's our responsibility to deal with it humanely and to stop what's happening. And so,
how did he just say it started with the last administration when you just saw what he said? So this is the nature of this particular. Now, shoot, I think that's what I wanted to get to, because I'm not playing this whole thing, but that was the point. And see how fast on the dime they're changing. So maybe that's why she flip-flops like he do. Because, you just saying whatever to win, like Bernie Sanders said. And we're literally seeing it. We're literally like witnessing this real time. It was a whole Donna Brazile, Roland Martin debate debacle again. This time with different players, shall we say bad actors. And no, that's wrong, but let me get this audio in here, get some more in here, because I have to get the stuff that I had back in here now. All right, bear with me 1 second. Okay, we need to get this in here. Oh, okay, I'll go here first. So as that is loading up, family, make sure you hit the like button. And if you have not already shared this out, share this out. And if you are if you have not already subscribed to this channel while you're here right now, make sure you subscribe to this channel. But if you are on X watching right now, make sure you get over here to the YouTube channel, beatzillapdx official, and subscribe to this channel over here on YouTube, because every video doesn't air over here. I also want to play this audio from CNN. So this is the DNC friendly network playing. They had to do some honest fact checking, which I'm kind of shocked. But let's hear what they got to say. Check this out.
Detention system is out of control, and I believe we must end the unfair incarceration of thousands of individuals, families, and children. I was one of the.
Wait a minute, let me start that over. Let me start that over so it's playing smooth. I don't know why I'd be doing that choppy thing over here. All right, let's try it here.
So in 2019, in what K-File found, she said she would cut funding to ICE. Writing, quote, our immigrant detention system is out of control, and I believe we must.
This is having an issue. Bear with me 1 second. I know what I'll do. No, we're not going to do that. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Hold on. All right. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, get on in there.
So in 2019, in what K-File found, she said she would cut funding to ICE. Writing, quote, our immigrant detention system is out of control, and I believe we must end the unfair incarceration of thousands of individuals, families, and children. I was one of the first senators after President Trump was elected to advocate for a decrease in funding to ICE. Well, now, of course, she's touting the Biden administration's executive order to crack down on the border. K-File's Andrew Kaczynski joins me now. Andrew, that's pretty incredible on its own when you're talking about what you found here on ICE. What else did you find?
Yeah, and this was a questionnaire that she filled out for the ACLU. And this questionnaire is really an interesting snapshot in time of that 2019 Democratic primary. Kamala Harris was trying to get to the left of Bernie Sanders. She was trying to get to the left of Elizabeth Warren. And you really see that in a lot of these answers. And I want to walk our viewers through a little bit of what she said. Let's just take immigration and look at what she said here. she said on immigration, she made this open-ended pledge to end immigrant detention. She said she supported taxpayer-funded.
Let me show you what's on the screen right now. Let me show you this. Ooh-wee. Y'all see that? Make that good and big for you. So you understand now when she's talking about flip-floppers, in 2019, she was also mandatory gun buybacks. She was all about banning fracking. So pledge to end immigrant detention. Oh, well, that's great. Taxpayer-funded gender care and transition surgeries for detained migrants. So I'm assuming those are the illegals who got in here, but you still want to cover their gender care. Slash immigrant detentions by 50%. Close all family and private facilities. Decrease funding for ICE and end ICE detainers. But they're going to tell you, well, Joe Biden had a bill and we had the best bill since all of this and all of that. No, this is a problem that you guys single-handedly started with, doing away with all of those protections day one, like he promised to do, but still didn't do nothing for black folks, by the way. So let's just remember why we are not dealing with this administration, because this administration, which is also the Harris administration, all she's doing is furthering the same benign neglect that has Joe Biden sitting on a beach right now. I don't know why anybody would think something has changed with the same policy. The same policy, different face. Why? Because you're not voting for her. You're voting for the DNC corporation. She's just a mascot. And too many black folks, y'all, what's different between what Kamala Harris is doing now and all of your so-called black police chiefs? Can somebody find me a difference? What do they bring the black police chiefs in for? Oh, well, they can come settle folks down. Why? Because, well, they have a better handle because they from the community. They from the hood, right? So, yeah, they know how to relate to their own a little bit. Well, that's pretty much the same way that they get over on all of us, don't they? Yeah, I'm just like you. Don't get it twisted because I'm over here with them. Man, I come from the same place you come from. Where I grew up at, and all the blah, 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 all BS that they sell you. Well, I'm sure some of y'all probably heard half that garbage coming up. Trying to convince you that this officer-friendly dude was cool. Get out of here. Anyway, let's hear some more of this. Hear some more CNN breaking down her BS.
Gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She also said she
taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants.
She
actually said she supported that.
She both wrote and answered in the affirmative when she was asked this, and she said she also supported it for federal prisoners. Now, she also pledged to slash immigration detention by 50%, close all family and private facilities, and decrease funding for ICE, and then end ICE detainers with local law enforcement.
I mean, these are things that, it would be hard to think that you would come up with taxpayer funding gender transitions for detained migrants. And yet this, as you say, written and verbally.
Written and verbally. She doubled down on it, folks. Don't let Roland Martin and these Ricky Smileys, especially D.L. Hughley, don't let these people fool you. And with D.L. Hughley, I'm not finna argue with somebody who had to buy their check. Some of y'all only have checks because y'all have deals with these folks. What are you talking about? And I mean, I guess you're a movie star, but at the same time, yeah. There's people who ain't feeling what you're saying. Rightfully so. I mean, hell, we've seen all of you tap dance at one point or another. Now, something else that I want to real quick, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I want to just remind y'all of something, and maybe y'all can go back through my own old archives. There was a midweek report that I did some time back. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it, but it would be, you know, I went kind of lightweight in on some of the things that I was seeing. Because, you know, when you're dealing with certain elements out here, certain groups, they have long-term plans. And some of their plans, people say, you know, they call them conspiracies or whatnot. And sometimes there's just a connection. One of the reasons why you see in my picture, there's the mountain. The top of the mountain that he's using, which is a culmination of a few different mountains, but I will tell you the reason why they use the top of Mount Hood, because the top of Mount Hood, all the little places up there has devil names. All the names of the locations on the little spots on the top of that mountain they're all named after Satan. Literally, they all are named after Satan. So going back to this broadcast, this is when the tragedy at Astro World happened. I've been telling you guys for a while, pay attention to this. There's something there. Okay, well, you know, fast forward to there was another festival that they had, right? And so the festival that they had, they all did. And if you remember, Kamala Harris and Doug, they wished everybody a happy Diwali celebration because, you know, there's the fireworks and all of that, right? So Diwali celebrations, how are these events done in India? Fireworks, exchange of gifts, lighting of diyas. I guess those are flowers of some sort. Food and worship to the goddess Lakshmi of wealth. There's another name for that particular deity as well. Can someone possibly guess what the other name for this particular goddess is? Who is sitting on top of a lotus? The Diwali Festival of Light. The Festival of Diwali has been celebrated for ages and grows in attraction by the year. Everyone enjoys the goddess, the shine, glamour, and the endless enthusiasm for living as suddenly... Does this sound like the personality traits of a person that you might know that kind of chuckles a lot? I'm just wondering. Suddenly grips people around this time. It suddenly grips you around this time. Also, do you know what else coincides with this particular festival? Happens in November. What else is going down in November this year? Dominique Devereaux. You got it. The other name for that goddess is Kamala. You better know it. But there is much more to Diwali than feasting and merrymaking. Diwali is a holy tradition not to be put in the shade by the light, by the lights. Deepawali symbolizes the victory of light over darkness. Celebrated joyously I mean, you know, again, like I said, I mean, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but I just want to put this on your minds so you can understand a little deeper things going on. But like I said, Deepawali symbolizes the victory of light over darkness, celebrated joyously all over the country. It is a festival of wealth and prosperity. Deepawali is essentially a festival for householders. The preparations, the rituals, the entire celebration focuses on the home and family, spanning out to cover the community as a natural extension. Diwali is a wait, let me go back there. To cover the community as a natural extension. Just a little while back, we kind of had people pushing mandatory connections to the community because it was about community immunity through that particular apparatus. Who again was there at the helm for that? I mean, again, hey, you know, maybe I got my tinfoil fedora on, but I'm just saying, you know, this is just the information that's out there, you know. And sometimes you're just wrestling against principalities. Let's continue, shall we? Let's see. Diwali is a festival of synonyms with celebrations, or I'm sorry. Yes, synonymous. I'm sorry. Festival is a festival synonymous with celebrations. Synonymous with celebrations in India among Indians all over the world. Is an occasion for jubilation and togetherness. This is an occasion for young and the old, men and women, rich and poor, for everyone, irrespective of their religious and economic background. The festival is celebrated throughout the country to ward off the darkness and welcome the light into their lives. At a metaphysical level, Deepawali is a festival signifying the victory of good over evil. The latter is destroyed and reduced to ashes by fireworks. By fireworks is the belief of the people. This festival is celebrated on a grand scale in almost all regions of India and is looked upon mainly as the beginning of a new year. So, you know, kind of laid down some things that was going on back then. You guys want to check that out? I'm just saying, you know, I'm just putting things out there so you guys can pick them up and do with as you will. One of the other things I guess I probably should also share though is you know, and again, like I said, I not to have my tinfoil fedora on at all, but I don't think it would be right not to really kind of, you know, just kind of show you what things that happen out here, you know. If you guys are unfamiliar with what CERN is one of those things where you heard of the God particle. They were smashing particles, trying to open up portals and whatnot. If you actually look at that, it's kind of reminiscent of Astro World and the portal behind, the thing that's on the stage behind Travis Scott, you know, which some people would say lower frequencies, and then you have a real low moog playing at the same time. Some people could say, oh, you're using certain tones to open up certain portals. I'm just saying in certain circles, you might hear something like that. So for all intents and purposes, what you see right there is Kamala in front of the portal opening it up. But again, I mean, that's just my tinfoil. Well, I guess can't say tinfoil because you guys are not blind and you're seeing what I'm seeing. But, Shiva, these names they have interchangeable names. And Kamala is one of them. Guys like coincidences, I guess. Nothing I'm too fond of, but and then there's something else also that these people have built, which I found was kind of interesting because that's also something that's out there at CERN. I'm sure nobody probably put two and two together on this one, but the thing they have in Las Vegas, it's called the Sphere, right? That's what they call that thing out there. It's the Sphere, and it's all made out of lights and whatnot. Go figure. Kind of looks like this thing. That's at CERN. Again, just sharing, passing along information, just passing along information. Yes, indeed. Yes, Blackjack, the tinfoil fedora. You already know, brother. Black Spider with the super sticker. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, tinfoil fedora on, brother. Blackjack in the building. Yes, sir. I'm just, like I said, I just wanted to put that information out there just for y'all to just kind of be able to peep it for yourself. See what that is. See what that's all about. And for those who don't know, this is a scripture. I believe it is in Mark. But, light to shine. That's what I'm saying. Handsome and beautiful. Obama. It would be also lightning falling from the sky. So there's a lot of translations out there, they did, huh? I'm not surprised. Not surprised. And that's what I was talking about, Blackjack. I was like, there's a connection there. Yeah, don't forget it. See, they put one here and then they put one there. Why? That ain't by accident. So now you have a sphere and a pyramid sitting off in Las Vegas on opposite ends of the street. Now, man, let me tell you something. You don't have to believe what anybody else believes in, but understand this point, and this point is most important. All you need to believe is that they believe it. And you govern yourself accordingly. You don't have to believe any of it. But the one thing you do need to understand, you got to respect. You got to respect where they come from. I'm just saying. There's a little more of that. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's just go through these real quick. Why not? There's the stage in the daytime. Oh, there's the astral world. Notice that inverted cross right there, coming out of the portal. Meaning the upside down cross would be upright on the other side of the portal. All right. Let's separate tears and conversation. Just go there and try to give them some money there. Remember that? November 5th, 2009. Just numbers that might be worth just looking at and saying, people are in very much into numerical situations. And a lot of people are into Babylonian culture, because Babylonian culture is very similar to ancient Egyptian culture. Most people doesn't seem to know. And then you say 7 princes of hell. Let's see what we're looking at here. Again, and I didn't want to get too deep, but since we're here, let's do it. Lucifer, pride. Leviathan, envy. Satan, wrath. Belphegor, sloth. Mammon, greed. Beelzebub, gluttony. Osmodeus, lust. I just want to hit a few of these, but let's see, where is that other joker at? Oh. Yeah, so somebody did actually get this. Now, do what it with you, with your hair, man. Hey, I'm just saying. Pay attention to the things that are happening out here. You dig? So there we go with that. Take all of that as you will. I just wanted to put that out there for how did you get Kamala Harris in this position that you really have no one else to really check this out real quick. Oh, hold on. Now, now I here's one more thing I got to say. We will move forward. I'm waiting on this thing, this video to start here. But yeah, let me get over here. Oh, make sure the sound ain't right. But they're gonna show you something here. I hope. No, let's wait. Okay. All right. Let me turn that sound off. I want to show y'all the beginning of they're talking about is how that's the stuff that's in that stuff. Look how it's moving the same, because what they were saying, like, that was the rising phoenix of the flame. I guess one could say that. One could probably think something else, but I don't. Right when the circle is bright orange, and then there's the fire. There's the flame. Everybody jumping in the rage. Woohoo! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Not the business. Like I said, 10-foil fedora. I might have it on. But you best believe, you would rather have somebody having this 10-foil fedora on, because we're able to see certain things. And obviously it matters. It most definitely for all intents and purposes, that's literally what was going on in the middle of that circle. See ya on the other side. So, when folks gonna try to come over here and tell you, like, oh, there's powers at play, and let's just be clear. Some of these folks, they are into other things. Just put it that way. put you as lightweight as I can. There are just simply people out here that are in the things. You know what I'm saying? And now we have Kamala Harris. And they're saying, y'all need to take her. Yeah, we need to get 1 inch closer. And we gonna get an inch and an inch and an inch closer? No, I don't think we are. Here's another little tidbit that ended up coming out. And they say, oh, there's no illegals that can vote. On this audio to play here. No, they definitely should not be allowed to vote. I will fully agree with that. Okay, wait. Oh, I forgot to turn the sound off. Let me get this back up. Hold on. Let me get the cracking. There we go.
Immigrant from Guatemala with stealing a citizen's identity.
Wow.
And using it to vote in multiple elections. All right,
Wow.
so this is the nightmare that people warn about when you don't have an ID.
Now, see, immigrant who was taking, so basically bringing those criminal traits over here. So here you see, it's not anybody. You guys are xenophobic or this. No, this is a criminal element coming here. Why? Because they opened the border day one. This crisis we have right now is solely at the feet of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And then to have everybody trying to run interference for these people is atrocious to see. Because at the end of the day, we got this, we're trying to save people from fentanyl. No, you're not. The drug crisis we have right now with fentanyl, you can also lay in these folks' laps because they got you off of lean and put y'all on fentanyl. And there's Venezuelans over here calling right back down across the border like this. And at the end of the day, we always knew about the DNC because the DNC will go through great lengths to avoid doing anything for Black people. And so right now, what we just need to remember about these folks is they will talk a good game. And all of these media folks that you thought were cool and all of this, all you see them is riding the lie. This is what you're seeing. People who you thought had some level of integrity, they are literally promoting lies to your face. Trump's Project 55, it is not his. And at the end of the day, with the tan Caucasian woman, let me tell you.
And a lot of white folk have demonstrated eloquently that they don't have no sense.
You know, so I even so much so the point to allow you to call her Black when she won't call herself Black. And somehow y'all have convinced yourselves that makes sense. I don't get it. I do not get it at all. And this woman wanted, as she's flip-flopped on everything. Flip-flopped on everything. And what still hasn't mentioned anything about Black folk. Not at all. She ain't got nothing for Black folk. And I guess we should not be surprised. But I'm going to get ready to, because I said we weren't going to be long and we're not, to chime in with my little 2 cents. And of course, share the other part of my thinking about Kamala Harris as well. But let me get this in here. And I'm not going to play all of this because I really want to because Cornel West gave his response to the debate. And of course, he was going to spend a lot of time. That's my sister and this and that. Okay. You dressed it up with a lot of fluff, but let's get to the message. So I had to forward it a little bit. Let me make sure that we got it where we need to be.
How do we look at her? I want to protect my sister. She is my sister. She's my AKA sister. She's my Howard University sister. That's right. Ain't no doubt about that. I knew her father at Stanford University, who we used to sit at the feet of the great Sinclair Drake, who's one of the greatest black sociologists alongside W.
I would like to know why him and Judge Joe Brown have conflicting recollections of this man's identity. But who is not dead, by the way, who is still alive.
I see Mark Ridley Thomas with his PhD in social ethics and revolutionary visionary leader. But for me, the question is, what does any of this look like from the vantage point of everyday folk in the black community? 40% of our children living in poverty. Did you hear any talk about child poverty?
No.
Did you hear any talk about dilapidated educational system?
No.
Did you hear any talk about guns and drugs going in and out?
No.
Did you hear any talk about mass incarceration?
No.
You can't talk about a love for black people and not talk about those issues. And you can say, well, it's because of the moderators. Okay, bring it in. Slide it in. Slide it in. Genocide taking place. Right now, 16,000 Palestinian babies killed. Do you think there would have been discussion if there was 16,000 Israeli babies killed? That would have been a major issue. 16,000 white babies killed? They would have had a 15-minute discussion about that. So we got to keep in mind legacies of Martin King, legacies of Fannie Lou Hamer, and what did Martin say? Poverty, not too much talk about poverty. Racism, not a lot of talk about racism other than whether she's black or not. Militarism abroad and at home with the militarized police, not a lot of talk about that. And materialism. You can talk about the middle class all you want. But if the middle class is spiritually decadent too, and all they're concerned about is material toys and titillation and stimulation and distraction and addiction, and can't raise anybody with love, encouragement, and integrity, that's not a whole lot either. That's not a whole lot either. We happen to come from a great black people who always talked about love and integrity and honesty and decency and service to others and sacrificing for something bigger than you. Yeah. None of that was really manifest on that screen. That's right. That's right. And they say, Brother West, you're looking for too much. You're looking for Donnie Hathaway to get past boom. Okay, I understand that. I understand that. But all I'm saying is, we got to all raise our voices. There's going to be a whole lot of black folk who vote for Sister Harris. I understand that. I still love you, but I'm still running trying to tell my truth. I'm still running trying to bear witness. I'm still running trying to seek justice. I'm not going to forget about Jamal and Letitia wrestling with that, even though their humanity is not on that screen. And we need all of our voices. Isn't that why we run a system?
That's right.
Just bear witness to the truth and the justice and the love. And most importantly, too, to be part of this kind of spirit. Because you all have buoyed up my spirit. I feel a joy in here. I could be in Shiloh Baptist Church. I could be in the nightclub. I could be in Tabitha's KBLA. I'm feeling good. That's what it's all. All right, Dominique. Well,
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, I guess I can say this. Some people will say Kamala Harris did well. Other people will say and which is the truth, that it seemed like the ABC, the moderators were biased, and so it seemed like a 3-on-1. The fact checking only happened on one side. The fact checking being one-sided has been a major issue for me, because I can go see the facts. And now it's getting to where even PolitiFact is finally getting around to fact checking some of the stuff Kamala Harris says. Now, again, if we were really going to be real about it, her campaign is running on dishonesty. The one big lie that everybody keeps letting her tell and letting everybody keep saying, and we were getting censored by this very same government, talking about context, missing context on our posts. What else was happening to us? Getting our posts taken down. I've had a video taken down, medical misinformation and disinformation. These people engaged in full-blown censorship against Black content creators. Up until recent, until they could figure out a way to make TikTok work on their behalf, they were trying to shut TikTok down because they did not want Black voices being the dominant voice out there. There ain't nothing else to it. You understand what I'm saying? And so I hope people understand where we're at. We totally get we are in a place to where folks are they're not hiding their disdain for foundational Black Americans anymore. They are being very open with it. And with that, we should be just as open with them. They have talked us in to going back into being invisible. And so let me, on this 9/11, send this message once again to the family. We have a great legacy here, coming through hardships, coming through chattel slavery, Jim Crow, absolute global anti-Black hatred. But still we are here, persevering and being the forefront of what culture is. This is why also they had to go get this woman that made a mockery of something from our culture as breakdancing, and now they're saying she's the #1 ranked breakdancer. Please do not do your ancestors the disservice of blindly voting for a Democratic corporation that has no honor or integrity and hates you and hates your ancestors. Here's the hard pill to swallow for some. You see Black politicians, you see Black preachers, you see Black organizations, and so you say, well, they look like me, so they must know, they already know what my community needs. Well, then I would have to ask you, why in all of these years have they not produced for your community? They have had nothing but ample time to do so. Africans could have came to you and said, hey, we need our brothers back. At some point in time, elements of that situation, I guess, kind of had taken place, but not really. So let me see. This is what it is. I think this is what I need. There's a few more things I need to play, and we're about out of here. But let me say it once again. Never forget, Hashtag never forget. And like I told y'all the other day in my shorter video, man, own your ancestors, honor your ancestors, and don't let these people like cosplaying chameleon Kamala Harris come over here and start now talking to the Bohemian Tether, Uncle Luke, about our history in this country, and it then makes a weird Caucasian type of remark in talking about sizes, and this is how you could tell what tribe somebody came from. Like, you could tell somebody when they come from a slave owner because they know how to inspect the property, don't they? But I mean, I'm sure people, oh, you guys are looking too much in that. All right. Let me play this last little piece. I believe this is it.
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it? She should leave right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it and you won't do it because you believe in things that the American people don't believe in. You believe in things like, we're not going to frack. We're not going to take fossil fuel. We're not going to do things that are going to make this country strong, whether you like it or not. Germany tried that, and within 1 year, they were back to building normal energy plants. We're not ready for it. We can't sacrifice our country for the sake of bad vision. But I just ask one simple question. Why didn't she do it? We're a failing nation. We're a nation that's in serious decline. We're being laughed at all over the world. All over the world, they're laughed. I know the leaders very well. They're coming to see me. They call me. We're laughed at all over the world. They don't understand what happened to us as a nation. We're not a leader. We don't have any idea what's going on. We have wars going on in the Middle East. We have wars going on with Russia and Ukraine. We're going to end up in a third world war, and it'll be a war like no other because of nuclear weapons, the power of weaponry. I rebuilt our entire military. She gave a lot of it away to the Taliban. She gave it to Afghanistan. What these people have done to our country, and maybe toughest of all, is allowing millions of people to come into our country. Many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country. The worst president, the worst vice president in the history of our country.
President Trump, thank you. And that.
Yeah. And so I'll leave you with this very, very last clip, and I've played it many times here on this broadcast. So we shall continue again because, family, if you don't understand the depiction of the people on this picture, on the screen, represent so much. They deserve all of your honor. They deserve all of your respect because without them, this country wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. And all of these people wouldn't be fleeing their homelands to get here if it wasn't for them. Hashtag never forget your own ancestors. And we are to honor them by making sure our people today see empowerment. But there will be those who don't want to see it. They may look like you and me, but they do not want to see empowerment. Let's understand what measures and steps need to be taken. And let's hear it from one of our elders to whom we can trust.
Good evening, Dr. Clark. I really would like you to tell me what's the best way to handle an African American that gets in the way of the liberation of African Americans. I believe in this unity, and I'd love to love all of them, embrace them. Please tell me how to do it strategically.
Put space between you. Don't try to reform him. give him the information, hope that he will use it. If he don't use it, then don't waste time letting him obstruct the movement. People who don't believe in themselves can't believe in you and can't help you. It's heartbreaking to know that there are some of us we have to write off so the rest of us can survive.
Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yes, indeed. Thank y'all once again for tuning in to a Beatzilla PDX official news break, midweek report. This ain't even a news break. This is midweek report, but still news break style because we're not on camera. But we are live, and I appreciate everybody tuning in this evening. I know you guys were probably surprised that this was live, but we are here, and so due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to go live, and I guess it was all for the best. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please, again, remember, hit that like button. If you're watching on X, get over here to the YouTube channel, Beatzilla PDX official YouTube channel, and subscribe. So also there, and so wrapping up, there will be people to say, you guys need to go ahead and go over that Kamala Harris way. There are too many reasons why we need to avoid her, and not enough reasons to hate Trump. I don't care about personal feelings. Matter of fact, there is one little taste of audio I want to play, y'all, because this woman actually says something that I hope will sit with a lot of folks, because it needs to be said. If I could find this doggone thing, where is that? Let me see. Where's that? Because people think that, I need to like you don't need to like your doggone candidate, that you're in a business transaction. This isn't about being liked. It's the complete opposite. This is business. And what we have seen in this business is that we have got nothing for nothing, for a bunch of something, with empty promises. And now this woman isn't even talking about black issues. At least with Joe Biden, he had to address black folks. Kamala Harris is going out of her way to avoid talking about anything having to do with black people. And to be a black person at this point, having a black person is not good enough. This black person needs to be representing Black America if she's going to be that. But since she's not, let's hear what also the other percentage of voters that are out there that they might want to worry about. See what they got to say.
You do a conclusion.
I think it's important to remember that we are voting for the leader of our country and not who we like the most or who we want in our wedding party, but who is actually going to make our country better. And we're in an incredibly unique situation where we've had both of the candidates in office before, and we've gotten to see what they would do. And when facts come to facts, life was better when Trump was in office. The economy was higher, inflation was lower, things were better overall. And now with Kamala's administration, things haven't been so fantastic. And she's saying she was in office. The economy was higher, inflation was lower, things were.
I want to just
gotten
keep
to see
going
what
back
they
to
would
that,
do.
because they're just going to.
And when facts come to facts, my life was better when Trump was in office. The economy was higher, inflation.
I'm just playing it. I'm
I'm
in my studio. I want to just see. I want to see what they're gonna do with it. So y'all see what they're doing right now? The part to where she's saying who it was better under. Do you notice the StreamYard keeps having a sound malfunction right at that second? This is how deep this goes. I just want y'all to see. And that's my point of why is it this much effort trying to prevent people from hearing the truth? This is a lot of work.
That the candidates in office before, and we've gotten to see what they would do. And when facts come to facts, my life was better when Trump was in office. The economy was higher, inflation was lower, things were better overall. And now with Kamala's administration, things haven't been so fantastic. And she's saying she can fix the problem.
And there that is. Things haven't been so fantastic, and that's the reality of it. So if you are telling me that I should be worried, don't worry about starving, worry about the things that he says. I have to strongly say, hell no. And let's just keep in mind that over the last few years, it was blame black men, get your booties to the poll, no back, no this, no bucking, no voting, no bucking, or whatever that crap was. You had people coming over here trying to push mandatory this on us, mandatory that. And then if that wasn't working, you were trying to you got people fired from jobs. You had Brother Reza Islam targeted by the White House administration. I don't understand why anybody's missing this. But also on top of that, we have a whole other black faction of folks over here called the NOI, the Nation of Islam. How does she feel about them? Do we know how she feels about a large contingency of Black America? Because I know her husband's folks aren't too fond of these folks. So I'm sure there's somebody out there that says, oh, well, man, you know, what is who she married to? Man, please. It matters a ton because he's the man of her house, ain't he? And we never seen her being the boss. She's always been up under some man. So again, who is in control over there besides Barack Obama? But I'm just telling you, if you don't understand that the power of the grassroots has changed the political discourse in this United States. For all of you blame black men and the root and all of you shea butter feminists,
you shouldn't have been talking shit.
And so you might think that you can actually still get over here and infiltrate or disrupt the message that the grassroots has put down. Kamala Harris will lose this election because she can only talk about Donald Trump, and half the things she's saying about him are lies because she has to address Black America. And until she answers for this.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
A lot of people going to be on that couch. A lot of people going to be on that couch because no tangibles, no vote, no black agenda, no vote. Because this year, we are voting no to benign neglect. And there might be some of you that say, you guys are crazy and you just trying to set black people back and you're just doing more harm than good. That woman needs your support. Let me tell you something about that. I speak for myself. Beatzilla PDX official. The Beatzilla PDX official show. Those of you in the chat. The grassroots, because it's the power of the grassroots and the voices of new black media. I think it's safe to say that I speak for all parties involved when we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And always remember, hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Yes, indeed. Oh, man. So, family, I'm sure there will be more to unfold this week and a lot of butthurt, blue God, loving, worshiping shields, being angry at Foundational Black American Freedmen, bad at the grassroots, mad at new black media. Because why? Because the truth runs the yard. Facts, and facts. Family, y'all stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, though, I almost forgot. Y'all are already on my social, so you're here. But if you need to email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. Of course, at Instagram, beatzillapdx, and Facebook and Instagram. But if you want to donate to this channel, you see the Cash App on the screen. It'll also be in the description. That's Cash App, $beatzillapdx. Also, we have PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Keep your notification bell on. Peace out.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yeah. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.